Welcome to another life. Jackie says every time I announce the live session, I say welcome to another life. Well, aren't we busy living a different life as it is? I hope you all are being positive, are being creative, and are staying healthy and safe. Today we are having a live session as a contribution to all moms. Make sure your husband listens and that he hears this part. I'm going to say it again, and this time louder. This session is a contribution to all mothers because Sunday, ladies, it's Mother's Day. You are not allowed to mop your floors, vacuum your house, wash the dishes, cook a lunch, do washing, do anything on Sunday. Did your husbands hear? Did your children hear? You are only allowed to do something that you really love, whether it is taking a long hot bath, whether it's, if you still have, drinking a glass of wine, whether it is reading a book, whether it's being creative. Sunday is your day. So I hope all the husbands, all the children did hear this message. This is the most important part of today's session. Sunday is your day, Mom. Okay, so welcome. We are going to share some creative ideas, some creative kits that we have put together as a Choco team right before Hobby X earlier this year. And this is also something that will make the perfect Mother's Day gift. For Mother's Day, I want you to be inspired to go to your nearest Choco stockist if they are open and spoil your mom with a Choco gift or something creative that she likes. We are also going to, I'll post it after this session, have a voucher announcement where your mom can order from the factory, and you will see all the detail. If you spend 500 Rand or more on the voucher for your mom, I'll make sure that I include a special written message from myself to your mom. You can just send us the message details, and I'll make sure your mom receives it with her voucher. And you can also, maybe online or from your nearest stockist, get your moms these beautiful gifts, and I'll show you how it works, what it includes. You can just tell your mom it's a belated Mother's Day gift if you order these. And then also what I'll post afterwards is my email address. If you want to order this for your mom and have it shipped, couriered to your mom within the borders of South Africa, I will personally write your mom a message, your message that you want to give your mom. You're just going to email me that message, and I'll write it with a custom-made Choco gift card, and we'll send it to your mother. Okay, so this is a nice Mother's Day gift idea.
Nadine, they're saying your hair looks amazing today.
I washed my hair. Yaku went to the shops and we got shampoo again. Thank you, I appreciate it. What washing your hair can't do to you. So the first gift idea we're going to open is Book in a Bottle. And I'm going to share all the content with you and how it works. So we had requests earlier on, actually from the beginning of Choco, to have kits made up. And eventually we got time to do it, and this is what it looks like. So Book in a Bottle comes with your manual. It's printed in color, and it says Book in a Bottle. And when you open it, it tells you what is inside. It's your book, Danny's Day, in a sample jar, a stencil brush, and a stencil. And then all the steps are there. So your mom, and it's also on our website. So, and I'll show you today what can be done. So this is the first kit. This is what the small mandala stencil looks like with your stencil brush, Danny's Day. Now, if you want to include different colors, you can do that. We have the sample jars available. You can request from your nearest stockist or online. So we have all the choco colors in small sample jars, and then there's also a book. I just need to get it out. Just bear with me. I don't want to bend it. I need to get my hands in there. It does come out because we've packed it and taken it out. Okay, there it is. And then you just bend it straight, gently. And then we're going to stencil on the book. So your mom has the stencil. It's also inspiration on upcycling stationery. If you have books, we don't cover our school books. We choco them. Is there a question, Kaylee?
No, not yet.
So with stenciling, and while we do it, let's just share our tips and techniques again. I'm using very little paint. Just remove the excess. You can use this as well. Your mom will get it with her stencil. Remove excess. But all the steps are included, and you place your stencil as you wish. Very little paint, evenly distributed on your paintbrush. I'm just doing a section of my stencil. You can let the creativity flow. And I don't want to do it solid. I want to let it shade down to the bottom. And voila, there's a beautiful gift. Even for children, to keep them busy, as a gift for a friend. So it doesn't necessarily only need to be for Mother's Day, but this is a beautiful gift idea. The second jar we are going to open is going to be, let's do, what have you filmed, Kaylee? Which is the second one?
I think art in a jar.
Art in a jar. Let's take this one. So art in a jar comes with, let me just clean my table, lots of exciting items. Just open it. So in art in a jar, you get a foam roller with with a refill. There's a pencil, sharp tipped artist brush. We have some sanding paper. We have 4 coasters in hexagonal shapes. So if you don't want to use it as a coaster, you can also create wall art with them by adding more shapes like this to your wall. And then it comes with 4 different 10 by 10 stencil designs. So it's 10 by 10 centimeter stencil designs, and it comes with 2 sample jars of choco paint. One is David, and the other one is matte black. And it comes with your instructions, which I think I've removed, but there's instructions in here as well, which shows you exactly how to do this. Now let me give you some tips on how to use all of this. I have prepared 3 blocks already, and I'm going to paint one with you so that you can see. I just had to allow them to dry before we can do stencil work on them. Yes, Kaylee, what's the question?
For how long does the stencil itself last for reuse?
As long as you look after it. So once I've used my stencil, wash it in warm water, dry gently, and I still have all my stencils. So it depends on how well you are going to look after it. Yes, Kaylee?
Dieselfde stencils in elke bottel.
Yeah, every jar has exactly the same content. Okay. On our website, you will also see, if you haven't watched our link with the new items yet, please go have a look. We have launched beautiful new stencil designs. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous new items on the website. Okay, now I'm going to first paint my coaster. And I'm just putting a blob of matte black on my coaster. I'm rolling with a foam roller. There are even videos on our website if your mom needs to go and look at a video afterwards of how to create something. And this is just inspiration. You can follow your own ideas. So I'm just making sure I roll it out nicely, evenly. And I'm going to allow this one to rest and dry. Just Hessian hair from my cover that's on there. And now once it has dried, I can use a stencil design. So with my foam roller and my refill, I'm just going to put a different foam roller on. You can also, if you don't have a paint tray, you can use the backing of your stencil. Let's do that. Backing of my stencil. Just put a drop. Take my foam roller, roll it in there. And this is now stenciling with a foam roller. There was a question the other day, what do you use to stencil on walls? I use a foam roller, just 110 millimeter, but the same technique will apply. Now there's no place to apply masking tape, so I'm just going to secure it with my free hand. Use my foam roller. The paints are evenly distributed in my foam roller. Did you see how I roll it out? And now I'm just rolling on this. Just make sure if it moves, I will place it back. And let's lift and see what it looks like. And remember, you can always come back, apply another coat or change. And there is a beautiful coaster in your own design. Now, why the sandpaper is included, and this is also a tip. If you've stenciled and you've experienced that your applicator, whether it's a stencil brush, remember the stencil brush from earlier, or your foam roller was too wet, the paint will leak in underneath your stencil. And you can use sandpaper to hide any imperfections. So if, for instance, you wanted to hide anything or just create a more of a sanded look and feel and not a solid look and feel, I'm just going to make my sandpaper a bit smaller by just tearing off a piece.
Nadine, before you do this, is another question. How do you decide when to use a stencil brush or a foam roller?
It depends completely on you. Both of them, if you distribute the paint evenly on the surface and if you work gently, you get the same effect. I just wanted to show how easy it is to stencil with both. If I had to stencil large surfaces, I would definitely use a foam roller, much easier than a stencil brush, and it's much quicker, and it's also easy to have maybe 2 or 3 different colors in your paint tray, and I'm now referring to large areas, like for instance wall spaces. 3 different colors, you stencil, and if you want to accentuate, and that's something we can do with the next video. I just need to find a wall in my house that I can stencil, but we'll do it. Maybe my back door. We'll find an area where we can do it so that I can show. And if you want to accentuate with different colors only here and there, you can use the different foam rollers. Both of them work well. The greatest tip is little paint evenly distributed in your tool. Okay, yes.
Kan ek 'n stencil kwas gebruik vir teen die muur of moet dit 'n roller wees?
Does that answer your question? Roller is easier on larger surfaces. It saves time and energy. Important, little paint evenly distributed. So let's get back to the sanding. Kaylee, are there more questions?
No, we're fine for now.
Okay. So now if I just want to create something that it looks like it was imprinted on my surface and not stenciled, I can just sand a bit. Very gently, I'm pressing so light. And if you maybe just want to create some effect on the edges, even though it's plywood, not plywood, what do you call this, masonite, it still looks beautiful and so unique. And I have a coaster, and Choco has built-in sealant. With the colors used here, it's a dark black. I wouldn't even apply a glaze. So this is done. And you have very personalized coasters on a surface. The reason for the pencil is if you want to create dot art. And I don't have dot art tools. I like to make use of artist brushes with sharp ends. Okay, I'm going to show you how, and let's try to see. I didn't prep one in a lighter color. You will see on the instructions, there was one where I rolled with a David and made dots with a matte black, and it's beautiful. We're just gonna work with the different colors. So black will be our background color, and then I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to show you. So I trace the stencil. I use the pencil to trace the stencil design onto my surface. And we are going to do a customized dot art design on here. Just there. So it doesn't need to be on the entire surface. Okay, so how I do it with the tools I have to my disposal, I dip my stencil, my paintbrush, artist brush, into the paint. Make sure there's a lot of paint sitting on the end. And what I do is I just press. And the next, so there's you can see my lines on my surface, and next to that, press. And next to that, press. So so you don't need dot art tools. If you have paint brushes with sharp tips, you can do this and just let it drop onto your surface.
Nadine, when you're done with that one, can I ask questions
You
again?
can ask questions, Kelly, then I'll finish this.
Okay. Will I be able to get rid of the grey effect after waxing? I want a slight shine.
Say again. Grey effect after waxing.
Yes.
Okay, Choco does not have waxes. So we have glazes. Maybe read the question again, Kelly. Let me try to understand.
Will I be able to get rid of the grey effect after waxing? I want a slight shine.
Okay. Choco does not have waxes. So we have glazes, a clear glaze and an antique brown glaze. And I don't know whether I'm going to answer your question, if I'm understanding it correctly. So I'm going to explain to you what the glazes does. So the clear glaze makes a surface water resistant and UV resistant. And it gives, and more stain resistant, and it gives your surface a subtle satin finish. So if you want, go look at the videos on our website. It's www.chocopaint, TJHOKO paint. I'll post it after this video. And then you go see the application. We did it on Tuesday this week on a metal bucket. And I think that will answer your questions. I can't answer your wax question. I'm so sorry. I don't know what you mean. I hope I'm helping. The other thing that we had a question on was, where does Choco come from? Why the name Choco? Now, I just want to finish this because I want to look at you. Choco is a company that's focused on job creation and empowerment. So when we decided on a name for Choco, we wanted to give it an African name. Choco is the Sotho for chalk. Seeing that Choco is a chalk-based paint, we're a family business. We've been in the paint industry for more than 45 years. I'm just going to stop there, but just look how stunning that is. And what I've done is every time I just made sure that there's a generous amount of paint on the tip of my artist brush and just gently touch your surface. Once that is dry, you can even take something like a toothpick and just make smaller dots on the inside. Okay.
Nadine, I'm going to ask a question before you explain charcoal paint.
Okay.
Kan ek my deurkusyne wat met enamel geverf is, oorverf met charcoal, sal dit hou?
Goed, dit is 'n goeie vraag om te vra. I'm going to give you the answer in English. Some instances, enamel paints pose to give a problem. What we recommend is sand a small area first with a 100 grit piece of sandpaper, clean it well with lacquer thinners, wait your 20 to 40 minutes for it to dry, and then paint with charcoal then. Apply your first coat, wait 20 minutes, apply your second coat, and wait overnight. And the next morning you give a scratch test. You scratch there and see whether charcoal could grip to that specific enamel surface or whether it scratches off. If it gripped, you do the entire door frame like I've explained, sanded, cleaned, paint. But if you see that charcoal scratched off, you need to first apply a universal undercoat, allow for the universal undercoat to dry for at least 4 hours, and then apply your charcoal. It generally does, but there are some instances where it can give a problem. Test, that's all we're going to know. Yes, Kaylee?
Can you sand on material after a few layers of paint?
Yeah, you can. Always remember, and that's also something that we always recommend, before you paint onto fabric, test first. Paint changes the texture of fabric and see whether you like the changed texture. If you want to sand, you definitely can, but paint is going to change the texture of your fabric surface. And another important tip when painting on fabric, make sure it's a natural woven fabric, not a synthetic fabric. Okay, Kylie, next question.
Ja, maar 'n hele ander vraag. Die kaste agter jou, watser kleur is dit?
Kaste. Okay, we had that same question last time. Let me explain what's happening behind me. There is sheriff stone. On this brick surface, I've washed with cloud white and vinyl stone. And then these wine grates I've also whitewashed with cloud white. Whitewash is if you apply some paint on a damp cloth. There are various ways of doing it, and you wipe it onto the raw timber, raw cement. Whitewash needs to be on a raw surface, raw timber, raw cement, a raw brick surface, where the surface can actually absorb the moisture. Okay, can we return? We'll do questions later again, Kaylee. So this is art in a jar, and then you can do various stencil designs. You can do dot art with what was in there and your stencils, and all the instructions are in your bottle. How amazing is that? And dot art. Okay, next is our bag in a bottle. Let me just put everything away. Kaylee will complete the coasters later. So bag in a bottle looks like this. So it comes with a Hessian bag. It comes with your instructions. It comes with an A4 Protea stencil. A beautiful gift, and it comes with 2 neutral colors so that you, if you want to add on with different colors, you can with the sample jars. Here's something my sister-in-law created with her kit. So there she did lines, different colors, and she used the David and the sheriff stone that's in there to create shadows. Okay, now let me show you how it was done. So all that's not included in that jar to create lines is some masking tape. That's something that most of us do have.
Nadine, while you are busy figuring out how to pull the masking tape,
Ja, Kaylee.
koop mens die bottels by enige verspreider.
Yes, you can go ask your local supplier to order for you if they don't have in stock. So please go support them, ask them to order, or you can order online. So I'm going to create some lines with my masking tape on the fabric. So I'm just securing my masking tape with, let's do a smaller one there. And also beautiful full color instructions inside with what is included. Oh, this is so beautiful. And there are your instructions. Let me just open this. We wanted to put it on the outside and then we realized it's going to get damaged. So we did all the punching for nothing, but here it is.
They say the sound is bad, Nadine. I don't know if it's better now.
Can somebody just tell us if there's
Yeah,
a
just
sound
tell us
problem?
if the sound is okay now.
Can you hear me? Maybe I should talk so that you can hear if the sound is better. Can you hear? Is there a sound problem? Else we'll just show.
I'm just trying to see for a response.
So this is Sheriff Stone. We'll just do sign language, Kaylee.
Okay, klank is perfect.
Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the inner of my stencil and just put it inside the bag so that the paint doesn't leak through. So I'm putting this on the inside.
Okay, everybody is saying the sound is fine, so we can just carry on.
I can carry on, great. So I'm just securing my masking tape, and what I'm doing, now I'm using quite a wet stencil brush because I'm working on fabric and I'm making 100% sure that my masking tape is secure. The only thing is, if you make a mistake on fabric, it's not something that you can remove. On wood, it's easy to repaint. I just want to move it up. So I'm moving my piece of hardboard on the inside, just up so that I stencil on that the paint doesn't leak through. So let's do Sheriff Stone here and that. So these are neutrals. But as I've mentioned, you can add on to your range. I'm removing excess grey. Dip it in my davit. Make sure my masking tape is secure. Paint there. This session is also a contribution to my mom. My mom is the most creative person I know. And when we grew up, if my mom could get hold of a tin of paint, whether it was green or blue, she would paint all our flower pots, all our windowsills, that color while we were at school. We grew up in Orkney. It's a small town in the platteland. And we still had the fence in front of our house, which my mother hated. So there was a time when she eventually removed it, but she even painted that. So when my brother and myself would walk home after school, our house would look completely different than the morning when we left there. And there were times when we would walk past our house. That's how different it looked, because my mom loved painting. She still does. She's so creative. And I always thought, if there's one thing I would never do, it's to paint. And look where I'm standing today. So we grew up on a very Afrikaans town. And I actually wrote this in one of my blogs. So we weren't exposed to English that much. But my parents are the most amazing people. For those of you who know them, you would understand. And my mom, the one holiday we were in Durban, where everything is very English, but my mom is very self-confident. And she walked into this gift store because we bought my dad a Bible, wanted to put that Bible in a gift box, and she walked into the store and she said, "Good day." And you know, a box in English can also be a dose. And she walked into the store and she said to the person behind the counter, "Good day, we're looking for a dose." That's my mom. She walked out of the store with a gift box. Myself and my dad were so humiliated. We walked out of the store and she got to the car with a gift box under her arm and she said, "You see, I told you that guy would understand me." That's my mom. She is lovely. She's creative. She's funny. She's self-confident. And she's the most amazing person I know. Okay, now we're going to do Proteas. And I'm just going to do a section of them and I'm going to place them there on that corner. And in the same breath, we are working on fabric. I think for all of us, this Mother's Day is a very strange Mother's Day because most of us can't be with our moms. Thanks for the light, Yaku. Okay, now let me show you. To paint onto fabric, stencil onto fabric is easy. Let me just see if I can fix this corner. So we are still going to try to make it special for every mom. No matter where you are, mom, we'll make sure you feel special. Now my parents live in Sandbaai, where the whales are, and I can't even visit them at this point. Okay, so I'm going to now, when working with fabric, with a stencil on fabric, also work patiently. I'm not going to make my stencil brush too wet. I'm still going to work patiently. I can rather at a later stage add another coat of paint. Also something that you need to bear in mind, once I am done stenciling on this fabric piece, I'll iron it at the back, and then if you want to wash it, hand wash in cold water. In previous videos we've shown where we've stenciled on pillowcases, on our tablecloths. And I'm going to work from light to dark. You can also do a shadow effect. We have done it before. Just refer back to those videos. All the videos are uploaded on our YouTube channel and our website. You don't need to work from your hand. I just find it easier when working to just take the paint again from my hand. But you can use the inner of your stencil or some newspaper. And now I'm going to continue with my, let's just put that back. With my brush, I'm now going to dip it in this sheriff's stone, and I will now have a light grey and eventually a darker grey. So I'm just continuing where I've stopped. Mixing the two colours together, that's something you can do with great success. If you want to mix your own colours, just mix different charcoal colours together. And then of course, if you want to incorporate colour, you just do it. To add some pink, I just want to show you what it looks like with the colours that come in the kit. You can go light again. I don't know what this is going to look like. This is an experiment. I'm just having fun. Okay, now let's pull off and see what it looks like. Let's add some grey here and there. This is a neutral tote bag, shopping bag. If you want your kids to do it as a library bag, school bag, book bag. And there's the final. Oh, I want to add some white here at the top. Let's do it. Let's just make this lighter. There you go. And there is your bag in a bottle, done and dusted. I need a tissue, please, Yaku.
It's not Corona.
It is Mom's. Earlier today, I talked to Yaku and I felt emotional because it's Mother's Day and we can't be with our moms. You can only speak to them on a phone. And Yaku said, please, Nadine, you can't be emotional again. Kitchen towel is also big. Thanks, Yaku. You can't be emotional. Please. And I said, Yaku, I'm talking to ladies. We understand each other and we understand each other's hearts. For the men that's there, sorry for the tears. Okay, so there's the bag in the bottle, done and dusted. And it's beautiful.
Nadine,
Yeah, my
a
stuff.
question break.
Yeah, ask it.
I'm just quickly. In plaas om te stryk, kan die lap dalk getuimel droog word.
Oh, I haven't tried it. I can't recommend it. Let me try it and let me tell you. I've only done the ironing part. I'll test and I'll come back to you. Okay. Kaylee, look at the back that I can just wipe my nose. And let's hope there's no paint on my nose. Okay. Next one. Is there? Okay, that's the look. The next one we are going to do for a gift is jewel in a jar. And I know this is something that my mom will like. So it comes with your instructions. And I'm going to share the tips and techniques with you. It comes with a brown bag. Inside the brown bag, you will find a pendant, a leather strap for a necklace that you can put through your pendant. I'll show you how. And it comes with 2 earrings. And the color that we included, well, you can even stencil the bag. Your mom can do that. It's also nice for a gift idea to stencil bags. You don't need to pay for wrapping paper. You can stencil onto something. Even newspaper makes the most beautiful gift paper if you stencil on it. Let me just neaten my table so that everything makes sense. Okay, so there is jewel in a jar. And the color we've selected in this kit is Jane's Jade. Okay, now these are all ideas. Remember, it's not set in stone. You can still follow your own discretion and do something. So I'm going to dip my earrings in my paint, and that's also what we mentioned in the instructions. If you want to do dot art on them, you can, and we can be different. We'll dip it differently. They don't need to look the same. So there you dip your earrings in your paint, and I'll just hang them here so that they can dry. You put them on a place where they can't smudge. Okay. And now you can stencil your own pendant. If your mom has stencil of Paris, she can first do that. If she has different charcoal colors, she can do that. If she wants to do a full stencil, let's do it together. It's a tiny stencil, but the technique remains the same. So I put some paint on my stencil brush, remove the excess. I secure my stencil. It's small, so you need to work patiently, carefully. Very dry brush. I stencil and I can let it fade away And you have a personalized gift. Nice idea for girls. If we can have birthday parties again, lovely for girls to do together as a craft birthday, a craft birthday, especially the girlies. I'm just holding it everywhere. And now I remove it. And there's a beautiful personalized pendant. Lovely for a gift. And then what you do is you just put this through to the back, to the front. You put that through, pull it, and then you make a knot at the back, and you can pull it over your head. That's actually the hardest part, to making the knot. Okay, and there is your pendant with your earrings. And then if you want to, you can even stencil your bag. And these are the kits, which are lovely gift ideas for mothers. Back to Choco. Now Choco is the Sotho for chalk. We are a family business and we've been in the painting industry for more than 45 years. So the people that work in the factory are truly family. I have mentioned before, we have a Comfort, we have a Precious, we have a Petunia. And when we had to decide, some of those people came with a company. We are paint contractors. We manufacture normal household paints called Paint Master. And then Choco is a new addition to this family. We've been around for 4 years. And when Choco started, or the idea of Choco was born, it was purely to create jobs and to empower people. And we started with one lady. Her name is Olivia. She's still with the company, and her color name is Olivia Spale. And then it expanded from there, but we decided to give it an African name. So Choco is the Sotho for chalk. And if you ever come to the factory, you will just feel that there's truly passion in what we do, and the people that work there are truly amazing people. Some of them help me to raise my children. They are marvelous. Back to Paint Master and wall paints. I quickly want to tell you this, and it's also something that we've launched today. So this is called Choco Inspired Colors for Walls. So this is not Choco paint. This is Choco's colors that we mixed into a very good quality wall paint. We manufacture wall paint. That's our core business. So all your Choco colors that you just so love are available in a low sheen. So this is a low sheen PVA that's suitable for wall areas. It's a 5 litre. You will see it on their website. You can inquire from your nearest stockist. We have launched it to the stockist last week. So it's ready and available to order. We are permitted to courier, so we can send it. There's just a huge backlog with all the amazing support you've given us during lockdown. But we are working as hard as we can, and we're going to work the weekend, make sure we get all the orders out as soon as possible. So if you want to create a space, beautify it with a specific color that you know in the Choco range, you can purchase it in a 5 litre and paint your wall surfaces.
It's not Choco.
It's not Choco. It's Choco colors for walls. Just understand that. And now I want to just recap our special. So if you want to give your mom a Mother's Day voucher from Choco, I'll post the post now. You can send us an email to Lee, and she will give you the T's and C's. It's within the borders of South Africa, and we'll send your mom a personalized Choco voucher that she can redeem from head office. We'll make contact. She can make contact with us If you're interested, email Lee and she'll send you all the details. And then we are also on the online store, we are promoting this. It's also available from your nearest stockist. But if you want to order online and you want to send it to your mom, send me an email and I'll, with your message for your mom, and I'll handwrite it and send it to your mom. Just tell your mom it's a belated Mother's Day gift, because I don't think it will reach her before Sunday. It won't. I want to send all the moms out there a personal message. You are the rock in your family, and you're more special than you will ever know to the members in your family. Even if you're just a mom to pets in your house, every woman is so special. Never forget that. Never forget that you can be confident in what you do. You are amazing. Believe it and tell it to yourself. Have an amazing Thursday. Have an amazing Mother's Day. Remind the people in your house that you need to be spoiled, because you deserve it. Love you all and thank you for the amazing support. Send us your questions. We'll attend to it.